The director of National Intelligence claims she has proof that the Obama administration manufactured evidence in an effort to discredit and weaken President Trump in his first term.
House Speaker Mike Johnson tells CBN News that Tulsi Gabbard's revelation is, quote, deeply problematic. He spoke about that issue as well as the Epstein files in this exclusive interview with our chief political analyst, David Brody.
Although news during Donald Trump's second term has been coming fast and furious, this latest bombshell is downright startling. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard declassifying documents showing what she labels overwhelming evidence of former President Barack Obama and his national security team basically creating intelligence about Russia attempting to influence the 2016 election.
There's no question in my mind that this intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered be published, which contained a manufactured intelligence document. It's worse than even politicization of intelligence. It was manufactured intelligence that sought to achieve President Obama and his team's objective, which was undermining President Trump's presidency and subverting the will of the American people.
Gabbard called the act treasonous conspiracy. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is troubled too.
Well, I don't know how to summarize it by way of description in a snappy phrase, but I will tell you it is deeply problematic. We recognize that the people who are being called out now were involved in a scheme. We knew that it was a shameless, false set of accusations. And yet they perpetuated the lie on the American people, and they looked right into the camera and just lied, clearly. And they knew what they were up to the whole time. So there must be accountability for that.
You say there must be accountability. The DOJ will work on the criminal aspect of this. What's the role of the House here specifically? I mean, people want to see subpoenas. They want to see depositions. They want to see whether it be Brennan, Clapper, potentially the former president of the United States. Are you willing to go down that route? Because a lot of people want to see some of these folks questioned under oath.
Of course. Look, I think we have a responsibility to follow the truth where it leads. And I do expect that whether there's a special counsel appointed, which some are suggesting, and or in conjunction with the House investigations, that we will get the answers, and there will be accountability to the extent that we're able to do that, referring people to the DOJ for prosecution and any other measure that is appropriate as we begin to uncover more of the facts.
Does it get tricky at all with the former president, President Obama, looking at what his role in this is and bringing him in for some sort of deposition, potential subpoena?
Well, listen, I mean, we have no concern about that. If it's uncomfortable for him, he shouldn't have been involved in overseeing this, which is what it appears to us has happened.
The other story continuing to make waves, the Epstein files. Democrats and even a few Republicans want a House vote to force the DOJ to release all the Epstein documents. They filed a discharge petition, meaning if 218 members of Congress agree, they can force a vote. The Speaker has some tactical maneuvers to stop it if he so chooses.
Are you willing to let them have that vote, or procedurally can you kind of, how do we say this, muck it up a little bit?
Well, I think it's a moot point now. I mean, there's no daylight between the House Republicans and the White House on maximum disclosure. The president has said that he wants all credible evidence to come forward, and he's now ordered the grand jury testimony or asked the DOJ and the Attorney General to request that of the court, and they have, and we'll allow the space for all that to play out. And so if there's a role for Congress to play, we will. But right now, we're in full agreement with the Commander-in-Chief.
So would you allow then, or you would not allow the discharge petition to go forward?
The discharge petition is a political ploy. The Democrats are playing games with this. You know, I'll let everybody else determine the motives of everyone involved, okay? But obviously the Democrats here have shown their hand many times. They want to try to damage the president. They want to go after President Trump. They want to put speed bumps in the way of all the progress we're making, and they see here a political opportunity.
For the Speaker of the House, just another politically charged and busy week on Capitol Hill. David Brody, CBN News, Washington.
Well, I have to say that was a very carefully measured response, but also a very firm response. And as we look at what's happening with these revelations, that, you know, what really occurred in 2016, you have the end of the Obama administration, the manufacturing of the Steele dossier, and then this incredible nightmare where literally every member of the Trump administration, and everybody in the White House had to hire their own counsel. Everyone was being subpoenaed. The FBI was being unleashed to entrap members of his cabinet in false statements to the FBI. And it's absolutely incredible what happened. And then it seemed like the national news went along with it and went along with the ploy. So now are we going to finally see justice? We'll see, but it just seems to be this miasma of confusion at the highest levels in both the Department of Justice and in the FBI. And then these House and Senate hearings and so-called impeachment trials, all of these things happening, all based on what is clearly false information coming from the intelligence community, and now the allegation it was all manufactured. You add to that the Hunter Biden laptop and the so-called intelligence experts that certified that it wasn't really his and this was Russian disinformation. You add to that the lab leak and what happened with COVID and where did that really come from. Again, it all seems to be manufactured, and the truth is being hidden from us by so-called elites that think that they know better. This is a travesty, and we have to get to the bottom of it. How's that going to happen is open to question. Is that going to be a special prosecutor? Is that going to be the Department of Justice? Is that going to be congressional hearings? Well, we'll wait and see. But I hope the truth ultimately does come out and people are held accountable for what they did, because literally it was 2 years of horror for anyone involved in the Trump administration, and there needs to be accountability for it.